It's interesting the journey that the cards are taking me on this week. And yours has, I have to say, Gemini, is the most astounding message. Um, because there's a lot of transformative energy that's floating around. And none of it's really easy or difficult to deal with. Though for you, it does seem to be transformative in the best sense, this sense of finding a new purpose in your life, and that purpose being to reach out to connect, to help, and heal people. But the catalyst for this had to do with parenting. I mean, you guys are, I would never normally have this conversation with you guys. It's kind of weird, but you guys are really great parents. There's this sense of um, curiosity about your children and this open-mindedness you have toward dealing with your children, because you like to learn about the world through the eyes of new people, and who is newer than a child and who is more interesting than your own child. But because of this natural tendency of yours, you have this beautiful ability to not prejudge or decide who they're going to be. You just have this curiosity for who are they going to be? And there's this catharsis that you went through. And I do believe it had to do with deal with healing some sort of family pain, but some sort of development, some sort of growth. And especially if you were the one that was pregnant yourself. Now, it doesn't just have to be females that I'm talking to. Absolutely not. Because, of course, Gemini fathers would be experiencing this too. But there was this sense of like almost like overwhelming, transformative, like portal crossing that you went through with your children, maybe multiple children, that turned out to be sort of that healing that you needed, or that construct in your life that you never knew that you needed. Because when it comes to your children, there's never this fear of commitment. When it comes to your children, there's never this fear of forever. Because I think that it's not even a sense of forever as much as it is you can't wait for the next day. And in forever, that's, I think, that the secret. It's like your children have taught you how to be okay with forever, because there's that excitement in the next day. And so even though you're only looking forward ahead one day, you can't wait to get to the next day and the next day and the next day. And every day you lay your head down, your child is going to do something the next day that is amazing you. And so it teaches you day by day to not be afraid of forever. In fact, forever becomes something that you hope for, because clearly this is some sort of clearly we want our children to survive and thrive and do well. I don't think you ever really wanted to be alone, Gemini. And this sensation of having children was a step in the direction of not wanting to be alone. But as children grow up, they do tend to leave you. So there's like on the peripheral now, like on the horizon now, if you're kind of moving toward that phase where your children are growing up, you're like experiencing a new kind of loneliness that never impacted you before. That loneliness that comes from joy of being around somebody every day and really loving what you did so much. And this sense of kind of, especially, so part of this could, hold on, let me go back. Because it could very well have been that you were in a relationship with the other parent, that was wonderful at first. That was just like everything that you ever wanted, and every day with them was wonderful too. And then there was just this sense of waking up feeling lonely every day, and seeing yourself. Now, I don't know if there was a divorce or you just are feeling this way, but there is this sense of feeling lonely even with their loyalty. But it was never about the children. The children were a catharsis for you. It was something that you needed to heal when it came to your grandmother or grandparent. Healing. You may have gotten surgeries too. This is all coming to be probably because there's some sort of surgery that you have to do where you won't be able to have any more children. Or some sort of surgery that you have to do that makes you afraid for one of your children. There's some sort of kind of obstacle coming up where you're kind of like it humbles you. I don't even want to say that it scares you so much as it humbles you, and it might actually remind you of some things that you were going through when it came to your parent. But there is this sense of just needing to feel protected right now, needing to feel loved, needing to feel taken care of, maybe like you were the child again and you need a parent around you. This wonderful sense of realizing kind of the connection between you and them. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. This changed you. Perhaps there's a genetic disorder that you're really, really afraid of. And you really don't know how to handle it. Because who likes to be put into this predicament or situation, especially when it comes to your children? Creating heaven on earth, wanting to do the absolute best that you can. Like no matter what, being driven to do the absolute best that you can, doing everything that you can to protect your kids and inspire others. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Interesting. Let me think about this, Gemini. Because I know that oh, that's what it is. Especially if your children are growing up. There is this sense of, well, what did I learn from this experience and how has it changed me? And how do I go on and share this with other people? Because this experience, maybe even in part with this other parent. See, a lot of things are coming up right now, Gemini. Mercury is about to go into retrograde. I would not be surprised if you guys were experiencing some sort of nostalgia for the person that you made your child with or your children with. I wouldn't be surprised because there is that sense of the love for your children, or the amazement that you have in them, the strength that you get from your kids, the strength that you get from them, it somehow kind of reflects upon the other parent, because of course they shared in that experience with you. It's partially them that has brought these children into your life, so there's some sort of nostalgia there for them, a sense of loyalty for them, to them, looking out for them, or they're looking out for you, or wanting to protect them and do the best by them. This is generational, though. Some sort of generational healing that had to happen, or surgery that had to take place because of some sort of genetic disorders, so that things could be healthy and happy and you could open up your heart and you wouldn't have to worry so much. Could just be not just surgery, but like healing in general, healing any kind of health problem or health deficiency, cleaning up an addiction, anything like that. It's still a little bit cryptic, but ultimately, this is healing. whoever is coming back into your life is like you're starting to see the positives in them instead of the negatives. Warning, your ex might start looking good to you, which is usually not a good thing, you know, right? But I don't know if it's just this crazy Aries full moon that's making me feel this way, Gemini, but there is this sense of I'm not going to condemn anybody for anything. I try not to condemn anybody for anything anyway. But ultimately, I will say what I feel. I don't feel that anything bad is going to come from this. This is almost a kind of cathartic coming together, forgiveness that needs to happen right now, because you or them or one of your children needs support. And it's got to be a home front. It's got to be that linked team. The two of you have to work as a team. It's like you're looking out for somebody. You're showing a loyalty to somebody that you didn't expect to show a loyalty for, or they're showing a loyalty to you that you did not expect. Either way, you're sticking by each other and helping each other. That's with your ex. With the kids, there's that wonderful sense of I'm changed and I'm a better person because of them. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep them healthy and to keep myself healthy, because God damn it, they've inspired me. There's some sort of inspiration that's coming from them. And I think the inspiration is what's important for you right now, Gemini, because it's helping you make a decision that you normally wouldn't have made, or a decision that would have been difficult for you. But it's like this kid, this child of yours, these children, wanting the best for them, like wanting their life to be as beautiful as possible. There's a sense of, well, I'm a part of their life. I have to make myself as beautiful as possible. You could be going on a retreat, literally going on to a retreat to talk, like a spiritual retreat, to talk to your elders, to talk to your ancestors, to talk to the spirit world, to be like literally whatever taboos society has, you don't care right now. You don't care. You're getting a lot of support, a lot of backing from people that you did not expect to get backing from. Maybe it's your kids that are sticking up for you. It's like that wonderful time in history that when your kids turn around and they're better, stronger people than you are. But part of it is because you taught them how to be that. You know, that generational improvement that happens each and every time. And it's touching your heart. What a wonderful place to be as we enter this chaos that is all around us right now. But Gemini, you're also the North Node. And there is that particular sense of opening people's eyes to things and taking care of your community and making sure it's healthy and making sure it's strong and making sure that people, you know, it's like in making sure that people communicate with one another and understand each other and reach out to each other and listen to each other. My hair. Let's get into your main reading, because this is all still kind of cryptic to me. Lay a solid foundation. This is Virgo energy. Virgo also ruled by Mercury, which will be impacted as it goes into retrograde. But this is lay a solid foundation. Building something for the long term. Maybe it was your children, your child itself, that was your solid foundation for the future, because you know through them you would have a tether. You would have something that would keep you going. This is also a good time to restart if you've had any issues or problems with your parents or with your children. This is a good time, Gemini, for you to reach out, talk to them, and heal those, make those connections healthy, or get healthy reproductively, like to work on your reproductive organs if anything has happened or you're having any kind of issues. This is that time to like go seek help, or go seek help to get pregnant. This is a good time. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's true. Be here now. This is Libra energy and Aquarius energy. Both air signs. Here to help you. I told you you were surrounded by supportive energy. So for me, this is almost like a representation of your friend showing up to support you and take care of you, help you heal, watch you heal. Even they're knowing it's going to be difficult for you. They know that you're scared, right? But at the same time, there's this positive outlook. Owl spirit, this is Aquarius energy, and life is a mystery. It's interesting that these two cards come out together because you see the mystery clearly. It's almost like you finally realize you can't know everything, and some things are worth the risk. And this is Scorpio energy. What, like I said, transformative. Let it shine. Use your voice and speak out loud. Use messages. Talk about your experiences. Use your voice to help something, move something along. A rebirth is assured. Things that have been on your mind for a while, Gemini, that you've kept to yourself, you're speaking about. You're unveiling yourself, and you're leaving yourself a little bit open, a little bit vulnerable, but also in a much stronger position because the weight's off your chest. You have to talk about something. You have to tell somebody something. I see you in my mind talking to the public, sharing an experience, a public, your family, whoever that is, sharing an experience that you had that nobody knew that you had, finally like unveiling it, or sharing your thoughts on it when you never really shared it before. Also getting a chance to be heard. It's like you get it. Something that you didn't understand before, you now understand. It maybe took a while, but it was worth the wait. Still a little bit cryptic, right? Gemini. We'll get to spirit and angel card messages. Bring a gentle touch, and spirit has a plan. You're healing somebody. If one of your children is sick, all your energy is focused on getting them well and making them well and helping them. But this is also a sense of learning a deep beauty or a deep truth through the young, through the new. It's like getting a different chance in life, being reborn when your child was born. Like that was your phoenix moment. That was the moment when you became somebody that was important to yourself. And for those Geminis who don't have a child, you want one, you're thinking of it, you're working on having one. It's a good time to work on it. Or there's some sense of having to go into a surgery to help protect your ability to have children in the future. Getting some sort of healing yourself. So it's not necessarily having to do directly with reproductive energy, but I have to say, Scorpio is here. Scorpio is here. So Scorpio is all about the genitalia, reproduction, birth, death, and rebirth, healing any sickness that's getting in the way of you being a good parent. So that may not have anything to do with your genitalia. It could just have something to do with something that you've been struggling with. Either way, there is a sense of letting them guide you and letting love for them be the reason why you're doing what you're doing. Because you want to set a good example for them, because you want them to feel loved, because and for those of you without children, simply because you are putting a big, huge, like you're taking a leap of faith in the future. Spirit has a plan, and bring a gentle touch. This is about faith and love. Interesting, that's what this reading is about. Faith and love. Let me see what the angel messages are. Gemini. Actually, let me pull a few more cards for you. Wow. This and that are true, and clear out the clutter. Seeing things from both sides, or seeing another person's perspective and trying to keep it light and playful, but also getting rid of any shit that you don't need. Emotional shit you don't need, emotional baggage, so that you can be more playful, have a more playful life, have more fun. This just confused me even more. I have to admit it to you. Confidence. A woman. Beautiful woman. Beautiful, confident woman. Somebody who's charismatic and somebody who's attractive. I don't know if this is you, your mother, or your wife. Either way, there's a sense of everything revolving around her. Of her being that turning point or that pivot point around which everybody is congregating. Let's see what the angels have to say. Wow. I mean, these cards could not be more perfect. Precious gift came out. Family, friendship, family, and loved ones are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what is most important. And if there has been a time in your life recently where you have lost sight of or gotten distracted by a lot of the shit that you were going through, this is bringing you back to that reality, back to that truth, back to that thing that you use as your tether, as an air sign. You never want to be held down, but this you want to be held down for. You want to stick around for. Let's put it that way. A focal point around which everything revolves. Precious gift. Friendship, family, and love are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what is most important. Whatever you're going through, your family is your connection, your connectivity, your tether right now. What is grounding you and helping you. Middle path, embrace both sides. The middle path is the road to a balanced and more peaceful life. So this is basically seeing both sides of the story. This is you finally maybe being able to see, especially if you fought with the opposite parent, let's say, for example, there's a sense of whoever you were fighting with, whoever had really hurt you or scarred you or injured you, especially if it was a parent or, like I said, the other parent of your children. This is that sense of finally being able to see their side of the story. In terms of peace, just to make peace, surrender. There is no point in pushing the barrel up such a steep hill. Realizing that you were fighting just to fight and it wasn't fucking worth it. Go back to the start, surrender your expectations. There is an easier way. When the time is right, a new path will appear. Like deciding, especially if it was affecting or impacting the rest of your family, that this is not worth it. This isn't worth it. I will figure out a better way to get through this. Forgiveness, let the past go. Clear your heart and mind through forgiveness. That's the clutter. Clear it out. You want a new start and you want a new beginning. And it's all because you become enlightened. You're letting that heavy shit go. And that focal point that's keeping you in one place, it's because you want to be there. It's because you're excited to be in that energy. Faith. Do not lose faith. The storm clouds will soon clear. The sun will shine once more. There's a lot of shit that you guys have been going through, and I know that. But this is you finding that thing that gives you strength, that connection, that purpose that gives you strength. Even to face down or confront somebody that's caused you a lot of pain. Or somebody who you know you've caused a lot of pain to. Whatever the story, this is a sense of being able to take that reality and let it dissipate. Not just throw it away though. There's a sense of facing it and forgiving it and then letting it go. Talking about it, communicating. Let me check out a moon card. I wonder what kind of moon card you guys would have. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Check out your moon messages too. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. That's your moon energy? Doesn't seem right. It seems off. You know what I'm just going to say? All this card to me says is getting real. Just get real. That's all it is. There's a sense of realizing I need to get real. It's not a theory. It's not in theory. It's not a game. If I want to heal, I got to get real. Putting my money where my mouth is committing to this task because it's important. Because it's important not only for me, but for actually people who are more important to me than me. And I want to impress them. And I want to set a good example for them. I don't want to repeat the mistakes of my parents. I also don't want to let them down. There's this wonderful sense of connectivity that you have now that maybe you didn't have before. Let me see what Tarot has got to say. Guys, the link is in the description box below. Please do join me for the extended. I'll see you guys over there.